in the Pulse is about all these Kenyans who are now, the other day we were just complaining about Nigerians.
Yeah. Right.
But we are represented globally.
Yes.
There's the Annabelle, there is, of course, Lupita.
There's Jaguar in Burundi.
There's Eddie Gadegi. I know I pronounced that cute name properly. And don't forget, there's Obama in the White House.
Kabisa. Yeah. Now there's Dilish in Namibia.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, very on.
Guys, you see how she embraced her Kenyanness.
Most definitely.
Most girls would diss their dads. Would you do what Delish did?
Definitely.
Most people, they say, now it's when you're...
Now that I have money.
Yeah, but the whole point, I think there's a reawakening in the entertainment scene. We used to be the showbiz in East Africa, and I think we're just taking it to a new level. I know we talked about the Nigerians and them trying to possess what belongs now, but there's a reawakening that Kenyans in showbiz, whether it's fashion, whether it's music, whether it's in acting, I think there's a lot happening right now.
Represented in The Hague. Yeah, we are
everywhere. I think not everyone will agree with you on that. But if you want to join our Hot Topics conversation, go on Twitter. Tweet me at Mr. Mima. Tweet me at KTN Kenya, at Morning Express. And of course, you can also send me an SMS via 22155. I want to know what you think about some of the topics that we're going to be discussing, because right now I'm turning up the heat. Right. So, first things first, the Pulse. Steven,
is it a season for those ones? I know where you're going now.
What does it take to be a Pulse cover model?
What it takes to be a Pulse cover model?
Yes.
I keep on saying.
No,
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I keep on saying the Pulse Facebook, the Twitter page, our emails still work. You just say, drop a word there, I want to be Pulse cover. We hook you up with the photographer, and there you go. There is no criteria, and let nobody lie to you that there's a criteria, whether you're fat, small, big, whatever size. Anybody passes as long as you're young and you can make a face like what you have today.
But I thought that this is where you jump in. Because evidently here.
Lately we've been having a lot of bats in our covers.
You know? So moving on, we have the Battle of the Beauties. On page 3 of the Pulse, we have the former Miss Kenya, Shamim, and we have the current Miss Kenya, Wangui. And the thing about Wangui, I feel like she's a very beautiful young lady, because I saw some recent pictures of her and she looks different. It's like a totally complete makeover.
What do you mean she looks different?
Well, she looks different in all her photos.
All right.
Her teeth are still big.
Oh, no.
But you know what I really like? I like that she took a big bite out of Shamim. Yeah, I don't like when people like this, our head to head. It's meant to be humorous and you tease each other. So if you're going to be syrupy, the Shamima was, at your rescue, she was on an island, she disses her back,
So Wamboi says that if she was in a cat fight with Shamim, she would definitely give her a black eye, ouch. But I think the Msema Kweli will be how she performs at the pageant. Because if she goes further than Shamim,
it's already on. It's already on. Today is 20th. They're already going through the heats now, and I think by Tuesday, Wednesday we'll have results on how she's performing. But right there, back to back with Shamim, I think she really had a big one.
Earlier on, I told you guys to go for movies. Mita said go for the Hay Festival. Steven said go out tonight, then go for rugby, then go for rugby for the next 2 days.
He's a regular hedonist.
No, but
him enjoy non-stop Pulse party.
It's what they pay me for, and it's a good thing. Thank God for
standing. If you pick up your copy of the Pulse, you check out on the WhatsApp page. There are a lot of events happening, not just in Nairobi. So if you're outside Nairobi, do pick up your copy of the Pulse to find out which events are happening, where you can go out over the weekend with your family, with your friends, to relax. Now, on the court out, I'm not even going to talk about this one. This you have to see.
You have to see.
I did check well. You could be there. No. You never know. You never know.
And then, Smita, who are the 6 in the city?
Oh, that's a marvelous play we had last weekend. But it has passed, and I just had weird experiences in the morning. People should read about them. Men buying me triple vodka. I'm thinking they are fans of Sinat. Kumbe they are trying some other things.
No, can you talk about that, Smita?
No, I want to warn, Me, I swing very straight. Skaanza kununulia pombe. This story of...
Try swinging.
I swing straight.
Okay. No, what happened though? What happened?
No, these stories of LYBGT. You know, I like, you know, you go out, someone wants to throw you a pint, you think, oh, they're going to say, oh, we enjoy, you know, reading you on Friday. Then you get somebody starting to caress, anakushika nywele.
A man, you're talking about a man?
Yeah.
Okay.
And trying to stroke your beard.
Wow.
Okay. A disclaimer.
So it's right there. It's right there. Did you put names in it? Did you put names in it?
You think I hang around to find out who my potential man is?
Okay.
Very well. I'm not into bromance.
Still in the Pulse,
Yes,
aside from Smita's
trauma. I'm traumatized.
Yes,
where's Dr.
traumatized. The best of Kenyan exports, and we have, that is page 10 in the Pulse, and we have quite a number. This is very impressive. What does Malaika Fath do?
I mean, it's all in the Pulse. I don't want to give it away at all. One, Esther Mushine has done a great piece and a very researched piece on Kenyans out there who are doing great stuff. And Kenyans were coming from a generation where we didn't have top, like we're saying, top models, top news anchors, top whatever it is.
Top sunrise
outside Africa. I mean, making big names. And Tamima going places, and of course, comfortable where she is for now, but going places. I think Kenyans are breaking through to a world that we never used to know anything
Definitely.
about.
And I'm seeing here, we have David Otunga, who, by the way, is married to Jennifer Hudson.
And they know who that is.
Yes, they know who Jennifer Hudson is. So
we even have guys like...
We are even marrying stars now.
You know.
Yes. And look at that short man, Dan who is in that Kenyan Muindi, who is he's always in things like The Hobbit, Chronicles of Nanaya. That's what I call using even your lack of height advantage.
That's a Kenyan right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a Kenyan midget, but he's
making it big.
You
know, so it's not about athletics anymore. Just and
you don't have to be Usain Bolt with long legs. You know. If you're a midget, be acrobatic. If you can act, you can be in Hollywood.
Then I'm seeing here, you are actually giving a huge shout out to the females who have breaked into the industry, and we see Vera Stevens every week. Vera.
It's not.
Tell us.
It's not Stevens. Vera every week. If you saw the mad reaction, no, just take it easy. If you saw the mad reaction that we had from last week's, God blessed me. I remember
and the
that
arrow
phrase.
that you put there.
That's a designer, a great man called Mike. Vera is not just the only story in that piece. We're talking about girls, young girls who are moving into territories where lady artists, whether it's acting and all that, we're never big at all. Men were big, and we're talking about Teacher Wu.
Men were big.
Teacher Wanjiku and
Wanjiku is excellent.
It's excellent. Yeah. I mean, she's in territories where only Churchill and the likes of Eric were commanding power.
Yeah.
And I just talked to Churchill. He said, Steve, that girl is very big. Yeah. You better watch where she's going and stuff. And we're just talking about young girls who are breaking territories where guys were dominating. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right there.
Where guys like Farid used to dominate.
Kimani. Now I just have to call. I was such a huge fan when he was doing the breakfast show.
Okay.
I think
were you just a fan or
back in the day?
For which station?
He was on Capital.
Capital.
Yes.
Now, I was a huge fan when he was on XFM, because, I mean, I love rock, and I don't understand that Kayang boy who is there now,
Right.
Yeah, rock, you have to have attitude, Although we'll talk a lot of rock.
Show me your
October.
rock attitude.
My rock attitude,
Okay.
Yeah, you should see me and Steve without shirts during some rock events.
Then we have the biggest story. Now, Steven, si lazima nikuulize. Ini uhondo kabisa.
Okay.
Sasa hapa tuko na Prezo Jackson Makini. He's saved.
I want people to go and buy the newspaper because again, it's a great story.
No.
I'm going to it.
I just need a yes or no from you. They can go find out what happened, but so Prezo is getting saved. And already we've had size 8. We've had Tanzania's Racy.
Right.
Now, Prezo?
Let's get it from where you're coming from. Size 8 got saved and people made all the noise and say she's not serious. As per to by yesterday, Size 8 was making big deals with a big company. I'm not disclosing that, on another very big show coming and all that. We have Racy who said Shetani Shindwa and tunakupiga mateke again about that.
I'll tell you who is not serious about being saved.
Yeah.
It's DMG. Yeah? That guy, I think now we have, for me, is my enemy. Like Willie Paul.
Okay. Willie Paul is your enemy?
Of course, your enemies. I need all the enemies I can get. I don't friends as sweeter. DNG, we used to go to the same place to get our dreads made. Then there was a time I found him cutting them just before New Year.
Oh.
Then he says he's seen the light because it's New Year. Then he's
story,
back to painting, back to girls. So we were friends on Facebook. I think he's unfriended me. Just earlier this week, I canned him a bit. I was like, are you doing the moonwalk? You keep, backsliding, maybe you're replacing Michael Jackson. Then he's like, watch me get rich. Then you'll have something to write about. As in my entire existence, I'm just going to wait.
Okay.
The rest of
you have
life.
So from that, I figured out you have a new enemy. Yeah. Your new enemy is now DNG. Okay.
My life.
His new good friend could be Prezo, like who are going there. And Prezo always would talk about, my strength comes from God and all that. And people try to frame him around things like Illuminati. And he says, I love God and all those things. I love God and my father. My father.
My mother, my daughter.
And you are saying, Racy says it, and Prezo could be a good collaboration for the turnaround of gospel showbiz in East Africa. And I thought it's for the people to read really what we are talking about.
Then will we be left with secular? Okay, Racy has had drug problems.
Jaguar is in Burundi and everywhere.
Yeah. Why is it that I wish more gospel artists would be like, screw this, I'm going secular. There's nothing so grand and great at I'm getting saved and stuff. Of course, Racy has been on drugs. You can't handle your drugs. Jesus will handle your drugs for you.
I think that's what salvation is all about, and I'm not getting to be a pastor to preach.
Yeah.
I think a turnaround is always good.
Lady B.
Lady B, she's in the story. She's in the story, actually.
Yeah, that's because Lady B is not relevant.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with a turnaround. It's your life. If you choose to rebrand in terms of I'm going to Jesus, probably to rebrand for some. I think that's what happens for some.
That brand is 2,000 years old.
I'm curious. I love Prezo. Prezo and I, we've bonded, we've hosted a show together. So I'm just curious, is he going to be doing a gospel video now?
I think we bring him to the show. I'm not giving that out.
Okay. Then in the Pulse Attitude page 20, we have Go Tribal. Now, tribal prints are the rage right now. You can wear them from skirts, tops, dresses, pants. It's all about tribal. So if you want to check out how to put together a good tribal outfit, and we've seen celebrities like Kim Kardashian who've rocked the same as well. Beyonce. So you definitely want to pick up the Pulse and get some fashion and style tips from that.
They call them tribal.
Yes, tribal.
Yeah, so
but that's the only tribal we're allowing in this country. Tribal prints, nothing else.
Okay. Tribal is good if it's used positively. Tribal is good stuff.
Then I'm saying you have a lot of we have some very big stories here. Emmy's car, and if you haven't seen the car yet, you can pick up your copy of the Pulse to check it out. Delish also got a car.
Right.
So everyone is getting a car.
And I was telling you, all those big stories, and I like e-news. I think it's better than the other, whatever. I think this week was great in showbiz locally, and I like what your profile for guys out there. And we had Emmy in Nigeria getting new houses and new cars. We have Delish and our men, Guyo, getting cars and all that. We have Nyotandogo opening our house and big cars and stuff, but we have a lot of big gossip. Jaguar in Burundi and getting 1 meter for a show. I don't know the last time we heard about a celebrity getting a meter for a show.
Then we have Elani. Elani they're the ones on the Pulse pin-up bio, and this group, judging from their first music video, they are going places.
I think so.
They are definitely going places, because for our first video, no, I'm not optimistic. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And actually, they have their concert tomorrow during the October something.
The Beer Fest.
Yes, there's gonna be.
I might pop by that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
because there's
the Beer Fest
factor.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe on Saturday.
It's a family show still.
Then still looking at Lupita, who's still making headlines.
A family beer show. That's fantastic.
Lupita is still making headlines. We've seen her here just on the front page of the Nairobian. Then we have a shocker. The Confessions of a City Nun. Woman of God says Catholic priests close to the leadership have turned into sex pests. That is definitely a story that is going to shake up not only the church but the gospel industry. Because if you look at it for the past few weeks, it's been gospel artists, it's been pastors, now we have a nun who's coming out too.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised. Priests, and this is nothing new. It's been global. It's a problem the Vatican is now tackling. If priests go for small boys, what's to stop some going for nuns? Yeah? Okay, I'm a lapsed Catholic, but it's not like it started happening in Tamaima in the last few weeks. Things happen.
Okay, and still in the Nairobian, we have the makeup call. Early on, female police officers were told that they can't wear makeup, which I think is just hogwash. Because makeup is relative. You know, you can do powder just to make your face glow. It doesn't have to be loud makeup. So here we are seeing the Nairobian is actually, I think they're taking a poke at that. They're saying with no lipstick, earrings and fancy dresses to glam up, our roving eyes caught up some AP officers. Are they the hottest in the city? And we have some lookers on there. Maybe I should pass this along to you guys.
It's a right thing for a policewoman to look pretty. I mean, it's funny she's a woman. As much as she's carried guns and all those things, I mean, she's a woman. Why not let her be pretty? Like
you want to be arrested by a pretty AP woman. It's better than some Galileo cop. You're like,
is it time for phone courtesy? Is it time for phone courtesy campaigns in matatus? You know, nowadays matatus have Wi-Fi. Yeah, have you been in a matatu with Wi-Fi?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Buruburu.
Yeah, unless you're passing, when you ukipita kule Mudhurwa and then you're busy on your phone, then a guy just comes, opens the windows, the phone gone. That's the only disadvantage. So the Wi-Fi needs to come with a disclaimer, because you might be surfing, but you're actually telling the guy who's scoping you guys from outside.
Hello.
Hi.
It was the same problem that we had when they introduced paying fares with M-Pesa and stuff. Like, the next guy could be the thug and you're just M-Pesa and he tells you.
But I can assure you, and I've written about this in one of these when you talked about phones in the Nairobian. No one, even in Mudhura, would want to steal this phone of mine. This Samsung.
You know what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I have another one that is always a point of conversation.
I know Tamima's.
Yeah.
No phone can possibly be worse than this.
In fact, you know what I'm going to ask the guys at home to do?
Yes.
You know, we all have phones, we all have the flashy phones.
Right.
But these ones, I'm going to call these collector's items because people say they belong in a museum.
Right.
So if you have one of those phones that you think belongs in a museum, please tweet us. Tweet us. Go on Twitter. Tweet me at Mr. Mima. Show me your phone that you think belongs in a museum. Later on in the show, I'm going to show you mine, and I don't think anyone out there has a phone that beats mine.
Like sure. I know
mine is just a classic.
I know her phone. I know her phone.
Now I'm zealous. I was trying to show that I'm the worst.
Smita's phone goes off at around midday because it's done with its duty for the day.
Still in the Nairobian.
It's a siesta. What do you mean?
You know.
Even a phone needs a siesta. You know?
Still in your Nairobian, you can check out on the expose. That is the nun who's coming out to spill the secrets.
Right.
Then I have hustlers in mind. Former rapper Sakaja. Sakaja was a rapper.
Yes.
Wow.
So
a big story that one I thought also when
if you want to read all about that, then still in your Nairobian, you can check out the City Bees, Fashion Hand, Dressing the City. And later on in the show, I'm going to have a local store because right now, as much as designers are really getting a market from Kenyans, when you want to buy clothes, automatically you think I'm going to go to a shop. So I have someone in studio later on, and he's going to show you some of the trends that you definitely want to pick up on. Then still in the Nairobian, you can check out what's some snippets from events that have been happening over the week. Then we have Heads Up. Wow. Okay, you definitely have to pick this one up. And we have an ex-Ogopa DJ, Roberta, the manager, who was pregnant. Has she delivered yet?
It's been 3 months, Tamima.
I mean, there are no 1 year pregnancies.
Okay, no, I'm just wondering because she's very heavily pregnant here.
I think that was a photo that was used to illustrate what she was saying right there, and the story is there for the guys to read. And we have a talk about Avril and ex-MP. It's in the Nairobian. It's also in the Nairobian for you to.
We were on a trip with Steve and the rest of Pulse some years when Avril was just at that age of innocence and at the edge of wickedness.
Does the music industry do that to you? Is that why everyone is switching over from secular to gospel?
Not really. I can tell you Smita is a great fan of Avril. I don't know if Avril is a great fan for Smita, but these guys have some... can you just say?
Hey. You see how Steve creates scandal? No, I just met Avril at an innocent hotel. She liked reading.
All right.
Yeah? But that's a very important question. I think when you're young, like early 20s, for some people, fame is like a shot to the head. There's a lot of people who want to confuse you, and you're just out there, and there are wolves male wolves, and so someone like Avril. I mean, she's really big, and yet at the same time, there's a bit of a.
Is it that for a lot of these artists and celebrities, they get to fame before they know who they are? So by the time you get there, the fame defines you.
Yeah,
that happens. It's true.
It's good, like you see, you struggle. You cab reporter there, insider. Now you're on TV. But imagine you just walked in, and then you're a TV girl. Like you walk straight out. I mean, and you're 19 or 20. Yeah, I think.
But I mean, at the same time, I think sometimes they are overjudged. These guys are overjudged because.
I choose the one overjudged.
Not me. I'm just passing a point. Sometimes they're overjudged because we will write about. We say Avril was spotted hanging out with an MP. I mean, maybe they were making another deal about the next big show.
Avril was advising him on what bill to take to Parliament. Yeah. He was asking her, he was asking her, Avril, what do you think about the
I just say sometimes.
Okay, and back to voices. Back to voices. The Nairobian has a very interesting feature on voices that rule the airwaves.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out, like, I think it's a nice piece going way back to the day of Jimmy Gathu, Zain Vaji, Tony Msalame. So if you want to read about some of these Kenyan icons, do pick up your copy of the Nairobian newspaper as well.
Right.
And still in the Nairobian, your fashion dose, that is on page 30, the artist Alio, the Kenyan local design industry definitely doing very well. Then we have the Circle, which went down over the weekend, and we're seeing Mirfat there with Roberta as well.
Yes. You talked about last weekend now in the show.
And I think for a lot of guys they were surprised because she's actually very nice.
She's very nice, and the story that runs on our mic check, she's there with Trap Town, the new team, the new group in town. She's singing. We said last week.
Oh, Mirfat is singing.
She's singing.
And sports. What I love about the Nairobian is the sports. Yeah, they give sports a whole different
definition.
It becomes very colorful. So we have beauty with balls. Volleyball girls abandoned by the state and left with a mercy of well-wishers, but they still emerge Africa champions.
I think that one of the most beautiful volleyball team we have in the world. Beautiful girls, and they're doing us proud and winning every game. But it's a big shame every time when you have to hear rugby team abandoned, volleyball team abandoned, Harambee Stars abandoned, and all that.
No, these days, I think volleyball, and I think Gary, the banter, wrote about that in today's Pulse. I mean, these girls, Shebesh, where are you? These are the causes. I'm here trying to look for the camera to address. These are the causes people like the Shebesh should take up. Not Kanjo workers and going to fight with the
And still on hot topics. Did you guys check out Jua Kali, who was hanging out with Betty
on Friday? Yes.
On Friday on Prime. You know what? Let me just play that clip again in case you missed it. Check out Jua Kali, who apparently is trying to double at being a news anchor.
It's that time of KTN Friday briefing when things get heated up. Time for our guest anchor. Great to see you, Jua Kali.
Same here.
Are you nervous?
Kidogo tu. At least I feel at home.
You feel at home? I've done my job.
You've done your job.
Sasa Jua Kali, unajua nimekuwa nikisikia songs zako tangu nikue. Is it primary, secondary ama? Acha nisiseme sababu unajua kuna watu wataanza kucalculate age yangu nyumbani. Lakini huzeki?
Nadhani mziki na nikipiang.
Alafu utanyoa lini? Luda pisa amenyoa, Dienja amenyoa.
Okay, nadhani nikiretire.
Ukiretire.
Na hiyo si anytime soon.
Okay, sasa home umeacha nani akiwatch? Sababu unajua mimi ile siku naanza kusoma news, kila mtu mwingi alikuwa amekaa kwa TV anangoja basi aanze kusoma news. Najua leo umeacha watu nyumbani watch.
Manze mother na watch. Sister zangu ana watch, bro ana watch, wase wa studio kina Clemo na watch. Yani ni noma.
Major nilimwona kikutweet.
Pia Major amenitweet pia na watch.
Okay, umeifikiri utaifanya kitu kama hii kwanza kwa station ya Nguvu ka KTN?
Trust me, yani ni opportunity noma sana. Yani sikuwa imagine kabisa, yani noma.
Noma ni vile utasoma ama noma ni opportunity to experience?
Everything. Vile tasoma, hii opportunity, yani kila kitu
iko sawa. Sasa hapa KTN unajua sasa tumezoea ngoso kidogo alafu watu walisema lazima wafundishe Sheng kidogo. Leo niliitwa Roro, sijui inamaanisha nini.
Mtoto. Huyo ni mtoto. Kwa hivyo yani si sema mroro ama roro.
Roro.
Kawe ni roro ajab. Mtaani siseme ni roro ajab sana.
Mimi ni roro ajab sana. Kabisa. Sawa. Sasa tulipatia script yako.
Yeah.
Iko hapo, I think ulisema hii ni rahisi. So
rahisi.
Watu wanangoja, watu walikuwa wanasema Jakale anajua tu kuongea genge na Sheng.
Wacha leo nionyeshe vile mimi ni versatile.
Sawa. Kwa hivyo sasa kamera yako ni unataka kusoma na kamera gani? Nafikiri
kamera
2 iko sawa.
Iko sawa.
Kwa hivyo utasoma, nimemwambia kupeleke
pole tu.
Sawa. Kwa hivyo wewe soma, alafu tutaona vile umefanya after tumekuja.
Haina noma. The slap of VAT on essential goods is perhaps driving low-income earners to have numerous ideas on just how they can put food on the table. In the last few days, supermarkets have seen an increase in the number of shoplifters, most of whom steal basic items kama sabuni, items kama shuge, any items tu za kawaida, mpaka maziwa manze. So shop owners are now forced to invest on CCTV cameras as the vice is on the increase. Winnie Kamau reports.
Okay. So I wonder if Jokali was the one who was reading your news for you every day, would you watch?
Why not? But that was a long rap.
No, that was real.
Like our camera guys like this,
volleyball girls abandoned by the state and left to like his
No, you'd be like this, like our camera girl saying, you'd be something like this, yeah. Juakali hapa anakutolea news. Hatutaki hii kitu ya VAT. Watu.
I think it was beautiful, and I like the way Betty enjoyed her show at that point also.
So that happens every Friday, on the Friday briefing with Betty. And if you want to find out who's going to be on the hot seat tonight as the guest anchor, you definitely want to catch the Friday briefing with Betty later on. That's from 9 p.m. So Smith, are we going to be seeing you there sometime soon?
Where? Doing
news. Poetry.
Okay. Let me check out what you guys have been saying on Twitter. Just give me a minute to log in here to Twitter. And then we have, guys, and remember you can tweet me at Mr. Mima, at KTN Kenya, at The Morning Express. I am William says he's waiting for Melina up to my ears task, keeping it tabs. Then Moses Odumbe, it's a lovely morning, let's do this. Then we have Chibomgenge, you're saying Ati Prezo is getting saved. I think he's still in doubt. And you have to pick up your copy of the Pulse just to read the details about that. Steven Zamekata, I discussed about it on the show. He said you have to pick up the Pulse, but I'm also still in shock. Then Wesley, thank you for the compliment. Then Catherine Washira, good stuff, thank you very much. At Mora, you're saying you're tuned into the Morning Express. Yay, Team Morning Express.
Thank you so much. Moral.
Okay.
Moral.
So you can tweet me at Mr. Mima, and you can also send us an SMS via 22155. And gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mima.
Thank you, Tomaima.
Always reminding you always keep your column in the Nairobian, and I saw what was there, and it was beautiful stuff.
Yes, I'm a columnist as well. And Smita, today we found out you have 2 enemies. So I shall work out.
I will work very hard to
resolution.
Conflict resolution.
Yes,
no, we need more enemies.
Okay.
So read about who we are attacking also in the Pulse. Me, I try to make at least 1 enemy a week.
So there you've had it, the top stories in showbiz and entertainment this week. And for more, you can pick up your copy of the Pulse or the Nairobian. But right now, we're going to be taking a very short commercial break. Don't go too far.